T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys.
Yeah.
You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
What is going on, lovely people? Welcome back to another preview show. Obviously, we've got Brentford at the weekend. Big up everyone in the chat already. Loving some of the comments that people are saying already about the game, but obviously we're going to chop that up. Matt will be with me any minute now. He's just having one or two technical difficulties. But yeah, we're here to talk about the big game at the weekend. We're away. Did I read that we've got like 3 away games or something like that in a row or something mad like that? So obviously we're, you know what I mean? We're gonna have to. Sean knows about the Divot situation. Man knows. We'll get into that. We will get into that. But yeah, I think we've got like 3 away games or something like that now. I know obviously we've got a Porto away in the Champions League next week. I think we got 3 away games in a row or something mad like that. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit of a testing time. And if I'm being honest with you, hey, Brentford, don't think about the fact that they just come off in the Championship, you know. They ain't going to lie down. It is going to be a very, very difficult game. Very difficult game.
Sorry, Jeff, am I moving mad? Am I moving mad?
You switched off your visual, remember, bro? So I can't see you at the moment. You're just a blank screen.
No, I'm actually back. I should be back.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. I can hear you fine. So that's on mine now. I can hear you.
All right, let me come out and come back in. So apologies, people. Give me 1 second. I don't know why I said I've got no video when my video's open. Give me 1 second, people.
Cool. Let me bring up this comment here. Umar says, Jeff, Origi should start as we have bare games coming up and Origi is on form. I agree. And if you actually deep the type of opposition we're playing, they're a little bit more rough. They're a little bit like they're quite a big team. Maybe Origi will be able to ruffle the feathers a little bit more than Jota will, like physically. Who knows? And the wickedest thing is, big up man like Sadiq in the comments. The wickedest thing is, well, for me anyway, Jota is kind of off form a little bit. Now, when I say off form, maybe I'm being a bit harsh because, you know, he did have like 2 or 3 games they played really well at the beginning. But I was thinking about the player rating and just general performance of Jota over the last maybe 2 or 3 games. And it's been quite average for what he's normally good at and the level that he's normally at. So for that reason, I'm thinking, you know what? Give him a little timeout. Let Origi continue to play with him being in a bit of form for real. Because remember, like we were saying before, it doesn't really matter who you are. Unless you're Mo or Van Dijk, where you just come back in because of who you are. If the player who's taking your position has a bit of form going on, why not let him continue that form? Why disrupt his form? Origi's played well. And again, this isn't me just saying it because it's Origi, and I know a lot of people are going to think that. If you have an assist and a goal in your last 2 starts, you should get another start. In fact, he's got 2 assists and a goal in his last 2 starts. Let him have another one. Let him see how he can go. And then if he doesn't perform well, he can say, "Oh, fair enough." And Jota just comes straight back in. It is Brentford as well. And again, even though I know they're going to be a very difficult game, if you're going to use your squad, these are the games easier to use your squad in than a Chelsea or a Man U or, you know what I mean, or a Leeds away or one of those games that's a bit harder and a bit more of that game where you think, nah, let's get all the main boys in for this one. Brentford is one of the games where theoretically you go, all right, try some of the squad players in this game. Minamino got a brace. Minamino maybe should even play in this game. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of them ones. On the Naby thing, I know a lot of people are talking about Naby. I don't know. I tried to find something. Klopp in his interview said he thinks it's a minor. So maybe Naby will actually be all right. Do you know what I mean? But hey, if this ever happens, so we say, bro.
No, I'm just saying, finally, bro. These gremlins, listen, you ain't stopping me today, these stinking gremlins. No.
If Divock is player of the season, I will lose my shit.
Divock.
And no one will hear the end of it. But yeah, I was just saying to the people, Matt, while you was out, someone said that Divock should actually play in this game because he's obviously in form. And I was saying, I kind of agree. Like, Jota hasn't been doing the best in the last couple of games. He hasn't been crap. But if you look at his Liverpool career as a whole, you could say it's a couple of games that he's been a lot below the standard he's normally at. If Origi's in form, 2 assists and a goal in his last 2 starts, and it's Brentford, which is going to be a very difficult opposition. But if you're going to use your squad, this will be the type of game you use your squad in. Then Divock should probably get a goal, bro, to be honest. And it ain't an agenda for me. I genuinely think he deserves another game and to get a little bit of rhythm and a little bit of momentum.
Do you know what? Divock played well in the last game and even the game before that prior, but he actually played well. Obviously, he came off with an injury. But I think for me personally, him scoring a goal and having a good game for me shouldn't overshadow what Jota's done so far. I know Jota's had a couple of subpar performances and we can't deny that at all. I think Divock should, because I think as well, I think Firmino, from what it looks like, Firmino's out for this game. Looks like this game's coming too soon for him, from what the last thing I've read as well. But I think Jota should still get the start. Origi will probably push for a start. So maybe if Klopp sees something more in training, then he might be like, you know what, you scored a goal, confidence in that, I might start you. But I still think Jota, what he offers the team as well from a pressing point of view defensively, I think you still have to go Jota. Jota for me is still more clinical than Origi, or just as clinical, however you want to put it. But I would still go Jota for now. I think Origi's put that if Origi carries on like this drift, he's definitely knocking on the door if he isn't already. That's one thing I will say about him.
No, I hear that, but then that begs the question: how do you continue to knock on the door if you get the door shut in your face every time it's open?
Well, here's the thing: the game prior to the last one where he came off injured, and then he obviously started the other night's game.
Basically, he started the AC Milan game and played an hour. Then he got 5 minutes at the end of the weekend game. And against who did we play at the weekend again?
We played.
Why has my brain gone blank? When Naby hit that volley.
Palace.
Yeah, he got 5 minutes against Palace, and then he got the full 90 minutes for the first. I don't think I've ever seen Origi finish 90 minutes. I'm not joking.
But all right, so here's the thing: he got injured when he got the cramp, and then obviously, and he started the following game. Played the game after that. Scored a goal, done well. Did he finish the game against the other night in midweek? Did he finish the game?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the first time I think I've ever seen Origi finish at 90 minutes, bro.
Going by that logic again, you kind of know if Klopp's making a man finish a game, he ain't starting the next game unless he's certified first 11, which Origi isn't. So I think we can always base it off that as well.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. I mean, big up to Xhaka quickly. Brentford isn't as bad as you may think. Jota starts. No, I said it. I don't think it's going to be an easy game.
Well. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be easy. John, as always, big up yourself, John. I don't think it's an easy game. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But all right, let me hit you with this. Minamino just hit a brace. Yeah, that means he's technically got the same amount of goals as Jota this season.
That's very true, but
he's also good at pressing.
But he's had one good game.
But how do you have 2 good games if you don't play the next game, bro?
No, but hear what I'm saying. The way how you've got to kind of take the other 3 off their perch, so to speak, because right now in the driver's seat is Salah, Mane, and Jota. For you to kind of push them out or at least kind of force your way in, you've got to do more than score a brace. It sounds harsh, Drift, but he's going to look at that and go...
But what can you do,
no, but hear me out. Norwich is a team we should be beating, though. Norwich ain't
Yeah, I hear that.
And you got to think about the competition. It's not even Norwich's first 11. He's going to look at that and go, this is good for his confidence. So now he knows you can call upon Minamino. Minamino's shown he's ready to answer the call. Just like Divock, bruv. They're ready to answer the call of duty, fam.
All right. So for you, Minamino and Origi didn't do enough in their performance to warrant being able to come back into the first team,
I wouldn't start them. Not unless there was some type of formation change, like drastic or something like that. I don't think we should be changing. Because think about it, Mane and Salah got a good rest as well, and Jota. They all got rested, so they're gonna be fresh as well. So
I'm just having a conversation. I'm not even telling you that I think they're match start, but we've got to have the conversation because they both had very good games in the last time they were played, and they play in a position we've been a little bit suspect in this season, and just a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like we have been a bit wasteful and whatnot. And Minamino's finishing, I'm not gonna lie, if there's one thing you can't actually say anything about Minamino, his finishing is actually very good, you know. I think his composure in front of goal is a bit underrated, if I'm being honest with you. If you think of some of the goals he scored for, remember the Crystal Palace goal last season? The composure to slow the game down and have the second goal he got the other night. That was very, very good composure, you know. He actually scored that goal by actually using intelligence. If you actually go back and watch that goal, he could have shot, but it would have been blocked, and he waited, and he waited, and he waited, and then he took the... It wasn't an accident. That was very good finishing, bro.
What's that favourite word that I like to use beginning with a C? You know what I'm going to say, innit? You know what I'm going to say?
Confidence.
Indeed, bro. That's exactly
so you think he's brimming with confidence right now?
I think he is. And it's where... This is where now, in my opinion, this is where he can take the next step. Regardless of... Not say regardless, but obviously, let's say we get the win and we're able to rest players. He needs to come on and show that same type of appetite that he had in the last game, is where he's acting like, I'm hungry for minutes. Because one thing Klopp doesn't want to see is you kind of rest on your laurels because you got 2 goals and then automatically that makes you a first team starter. And you know, that's one of the hardest places to start in our team is in that front 3. Jota's the only one in the last 4 to 5 years that's come in and made an attempt at breaking up our original 3. He's the only one, Drift. And that's obviously to do with quality as well, because the others have been inconsistent. But let's just call it facts, though. He's the only one. So for Minamino and Origi to do that, they've got to do a bit more. But I'm liking what I'm seeing, though. I can't lie. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Sadiq says, 3 man in the driver's seat. What they driving? Morris Minor.
You know what I mean, though? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You know what man's trying to say, innit? Them 3 there are top 3 selected. I understand that one, innit? Yes. Top 3 selected. Yeah, go on.
All right. So as Shaka says again, Origi will get a run versus Porto midweek, Drip. I hope so. I think Minamino's even in with a shout of starting in that Porto game as well, to be quite honest with you. Like, I think we can't downplay how well Minamino and Origi have done to show that they can contribute. And Tsimikas, that's another one. I know he's way more advanced in his like reckoning for the starting lineup, but we know Robbo's gonna come back in at the weekend. Bro, Tsimikas right now for me, that's my guy right now, bro. I want to see him every week. And I ain't no shade on Robbo in any way, shape, form. I want to see Simi every week. Bro, this guy is proving that he is arguably pushing to actually be the first 11 left back. I can't even front, bro.
Listen.
Am I telling any lies, bro?
No, but don't let the recency bias forget what Robbo can produce. I hear you on this one, though. Current form, as things stand right now, this season, Tsimikas has had a better start to a season than Robbo. That's actually facts. In my opinion, I think he's been better. But I still think Robbo is still the best. Like, you see with Robbo, bro, Robbo's got that security blanket. I think what it is, we're falling in love with Tsimikas' attacking. because he can defend at a good level. But when it comes to defending, Robbo's an elite defender, like elite, fam. So
Yeah. I get that. He's better
but
at
I think-
defending. 100%.
Yeah, but I think Tsimikas might be an argument that he might be better going forward. Like, I can't even lie. Some of the crosses
Bruv,
and
it's
that-
a very, very, very big conversation, bro.
Yeah,
I think
it
his
is.
delivery is. I'm trying to think where he ranks in our team based on what I've seen so
But let's
far.
not get carried away, though. Because remember, Jeff, we got to see consistency. We want to
No,
see
I know,
that.
but right
Remember-
now, bruv, I'm putting him in the top 5 in terms of delivery in our team. Like
No,
I am,
probably
bruv.
he's top 5.
His crossing is, bruv. I'm very impressed,
No,
bro.
he's probably top 5. But here's the thing now as well, people, because some people are, again, like, I'm not having a go for anybody that's doing this, but Tsimikas has had, 4 or 5 games this season and played very, very well. And he's got assists, yeah? Robbo's been doing this from day. Look at the assists Robbo has on his resume. Come talk to me when Tsimikas has that on his resume. And obviously, it's all subjective because Robbo even had no competition playing every game, and we get it. And even the way how we was playing was a bit more frantic. People probably taking more chances. Let's be real. So I get it. Tsimikas is serious though. I ain't gonna lie, serious, but I don't want to say right now that he's like above Robbo or something like that. I just think right now it's probably in better form. But let's be real. From what Robbo's done so far in Liverpool career, we can only say Robbo's still the better player. I think he's better all-rounded, Robbo. I just think Tsimikas attacking wise is levels. I can't lie. It's kind of scary.
Nah.
His crosses are serious, bro.
Bruv, and let's just take a time out for a public service announcement. Sean has put it. Sean, you know on tonight's show, we're chopping up the Ollie magic. Like, come on. Come on, you know. Tonight, people, 9 p.m. on Twitch. Do not miss it, guys. We are looking forward to it. You know Aaron is going to feel the heat. You know Aaron is going to feel the heat. And on that note, guys, make sure you get over, follow us on Twitch every Thursday, 9 p.m., guys. That show is it is the one. And obviously, we got over 300 of you in here right now. Thanks for joining us. I know the midday watches are a bit harder for people. So big up everyone in the chat. Smash that like button right now, people. Subscribe if you're new. You know what I'm saying? And hit that notification so you always know when we are live. Big up the Twitch crew in the building as always. Big up. Now I'm looking forward to tonight. Tonight's gonna be fun still.
Tonight's gonna be live, baby. It's gonna be live, man. Trust.
But yeah, back to the game from that little public service announcement there. All right, we're going into the game. We've been playing well. Really happy so far. Don't know too much about Brentford in regards to individuals. I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch them every week. As a team, I'm very impressed. I watch them as a team, and I'm very impressed with them as a team. Individual-wise, obviously, there's just a few standout players like Tony and that. But so we won't go too much into like what individual are you scared of, and so because that's obvious. But we'll just talk about the team in general. Do you know what I mean? I mean, let me just do a super chat before I ask you a question, bro. Am I wrong for saying that Taki scores 5 and 5? Oh, are you talking about when he's had a start in the Premier League? I'm guessing. I can't actually remember.
I'm trying to think, yeah.
I can't remember if he started in every game he scored in. But if anyone knows if that is true, if Monkey King's on the money, that every time he started a game he scored, that is impressive. If he scores every time he starts, that is impressive. I can't even front. That is. Which begs the question, what does he do to get in there if, you know what I mean? Sean A. Tsimikas' Drifty's new Origi crush, all love.
We move. Trust me.
We move. No, I'm not gonna lie. Though. I am loving Simi. I am. I can't even.
Is serious,
I can't even deny it, bruv. I'm loving Simi
He's
right
serious.
now. Like I really am. But yeah. So back to the question I was gonna ask.
You know, I'll make this easier for not even easier, but hear this now, Drift. You see, he's talking about Brentford, yeah. Hear this. This is how well they've done. So their first game they beat Arsenal 2-0. That we knew about that. Arsenal got
yeah. We knew that.
They got a draw against Palace away from home.
Very impressive.
Got a draw against Villa away from home.
Very impressive.
And then lost to
Brighton. They won their last game, innit?
Yeah, they did. They lost to Brighton, which is the only real slip.
But Brighton are on smoke right now, though.
I was gonna say. Sorry, excuse me, people. And then they beat Wolves 2-0 and got a man sent off.
That Wolves game was very impressive. I know Wolves have been losing, but Wolves have been playing well. Don't look at Wolves where they are in the table and compare it to their performances. Wolves have actually been, when the team just ain't getting what they deserve out of their performance, that's been Wolves for a while. Even last night going out the cup, that comeback was brilliant. And then they lose on penalties.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Like Wolves' luck will turn. I don't want to be there when it does, because I think someone's going to get rolled over by them when the luck finally turns for them. But
100.
Brentford are playing very well. This is going to be a very difficult. Their finishing is awful, but they're playing well though. That's Wolves can't finish, but their overall gameplay is good. Do you know what I mean? They're playing well. Before I ask you the question again, quickly, Jeannie's saying here, bro, Matt, who's your second favourite Liverpool player? And Drift, who's your favourite Man United player? My favourite Man... Right, man's trying to get the masses to be like, what, you got a favourite Man U player?
I'm going to say, what, you supporting other teams and that, yeah?
If I'm going to be real, Martial used to be the player that played for Man United that I did have that admiration for, and I really wanted to play for Liverpool. I've now switched that over to Rashford. I can't lie, I like Rashford. I think the kid's proved himself. I think he's definitely got a lot of haters on him. What he does off the field is wonderful as well. And I can't even lie to you, I'd take Rashford. If I found out tomorrow that Liverpool were going to pay 30, 40 mil to get Rashford, I'll be on board. Maybe I'm going to get a little bit of heat for that, but I actually like Rashford. Like, I think Rashford,
if you admire the player,
with a better manager, I actually think Rashford would be levels. Like I do. Like I feel like the Ollie tax is also joining in with he's stagnated a bit in terms of his development. I think if Klopp got hold of someone like Rashford, he would turn him into a bad boy. Greenwood, I'm not going to lie, Greenwood's finishing is impeccable. His finishing is impeccable still. I can't even front.
If I had to say, like, as a player that I think he's just quality, like, I admire him, Rashford's up there, but I'll be honest, he's probably Paul Pogba still. I think even though he's not, the thing is, Pogba don't do it game in, game out, but what he can do, I can't have in front. Like, some of the passing he can do, yeah, it's like effortless, man. It's just like flipping, no, this guy's serious. Like if his mentality matched his footballing ability, Paul Pogba, oh my goodness, I don't even think what he should be. Because I kind of feel like at Man United, he's got this kind of love-hate thing where like only now is he kind of loving life, and when he really, you can tell when he tries hard to when he's just coasting, like when he's not happy. And it's dangerous to have a player like that.
So, by the way, guys, for any Man United fan who's in, I don't think Rashford is only worth 30 million. I know he would be like 80, but I wouldn't want Liverpool to pay 80. So the point I was making is, if like for some reason he had like a year left in his deal and Liverpool could get him for that much, I'll be on board. I wouldn't want Liverpool to pay 80 mil for him. I don't think he's that good. So that's the point I was trying to make. I know Rashford is worth more than 30 mil. Come on. I'm not going to take liberties like that. Like, I don't think he's only worth 30 mil. Do you get what I mean? So just to clear that up. He asked, who's your second favourite Liverpool player? I guess he's assuming that it's Naby, but your favourite Liverpool player is actually Mane, isn't it? A lot of people don't realise that your favourite Liverpool player is actually Mane. I mean, even I started to doubt that myself. I can't even front.
But here's the thing. This is what I say. So the whole Naby thing even started is, I like the way how Naby plays. And obviously, like the criticism that man gets, I think to myself, like, no, like, that's kind of unjust. Well, not unjustified, but I think some of it is harsh. And just like the way how he plays, I like the way, that's the thing. For me, it's about playing style and how you play. Like, that's how I kind of really like the player, because people won't even realize this. If I had to give you top three right now, Naby's not in my top three, Let's just say like someone said, who's your top three? I would probably say Mane, Salah, and Virgil, or I'd say Mane, Virgil, and Trent. Like, I don't really have a favorite player, but if someone said to me, who's that one player where you're just like, nah, this guy, like, he's just a guy? It's probably Mane. Probably Mane or Virgil. Mane or Virg. But some people sit and go, you're a Salah fanboy. I'm a fan of every single player we have, but sometimes...
That's the thing. I love them all. I love them all. If you ask me for my top three, it does change. At the moment, it's Mane, Thiago, and Origi. That might change.
That's what I'm saying. Might change all the time. So it's like...
Like, a lot of people ain't even really got much love for Gomez. Gomez is probably in my top 5 favourite Liverpool players. I love Joe.
Bruv,
do you get what I mean? Like, it changes, you know what I mean? But I think my top three will always be Mane, Thiago, and Origi. Because remember, favourite ain't based on how good they are. It's just what you like when they do interviews, the vibe,
100%.
what you get from them, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love them all. Like, I could have hugged Allison and cried with him for 10 minutes, like, because I love him so much. But like, it changes, innit?
It changes all the time. Because when I think about when we bought Thiago, it's like, nah, he's the guy. Like,
Thiago went straight in there, bro. He was one of my favorite players in world football, and he weren't even a Liverpool player, bro.
I'm saying, bro. So when we signed him, it was even more so. And then obviously even Virgil, like, bro, from when Virgil touched Liverpool, in 17-18, I was like, this is the guy. And I was fortunate enough. I'm very fortunate in Drift as well. We've actually met Virgil. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's like it can change, innit? It can change. It can change all the time. So,
just quickly, can you just check that message from Cal for me, please, bro? And I will say this: who's not to love in our team? I think that's the question. I don't think you ask who do you love. You ask who don't you love, because it's quicker. There's no point asking who you love, because you're just gonna run through 1 to 24, maybe.
For real.
Big up Ace Beck, as always, bro, for your super chat. Drift, I need to get a few things off my chest, which is one of the segments of the Twitch show. Another plug there, where we have a segment where you get to get something off your chest. 1, Greenwood is clear of Sancho. I agree. 2, Salah Mane's fitness is slept on. I agree. 3, Son is better than Kane. Ooh, that's a big one there, boy.
I don't know about that, boy.
And 4, Kop-Ish pound for pound best YouTube channel currently. Yo, big up yourself, bro.
Appreciate that. That's love.
Appreciate it, man. Love for that, man. Love, really do appreciate that. Greenwood over Sancho, 100%. I don't know about you, Matt, but I definitely think Greenwood is a better talent than Sancho. I do think this whole Sancho hype, because he was playing in another league, kind of like, if Greenwood was at Dortmund, I genuinely believe he'd be doing the same numbers, or roughly the same numbers that Haaland's getting. I genuinely do, bro. Greenwood's finishing is impeccable, bro. And I don't like bigging up Man United players because of it. Bro, Greenwood's finishing left foot, right foot. He can go either way. What is he, 20? Like, come on, you got, like, I think he's being slept on because he's playing at Man U. Man U ain't performing well. He's in it. But if he'd have left, like Sancho did, went Dortmund, and or even if he went Leipzig, or if he went, you know what I mean, like any of the teams that ain't Bayern Munich, he'd be banging in goals, bro.
No, he would be.
Do you get what I'm saying? No, so how can anyone say that Sancho is a better player than Greenwood just because he looked better at Dortmund? Do you get what I'm? I don't know. I don't know, man. I think he's a better talent, personally.
No, it might be. Callum's message is scrolling across the screen right now. It's some injury news. Big up Callum as well, is clearly watching. Big up yourself, Cal.
Yeah, big up.
He says, I'll tweet it out for the people. He says, Trent and Milner back in training. Firmino in contention. So apparently Firmino's in contention. I thought it was a doubt. Nico's not far. Cater out for the weekend, but Klopp doesn't think it's serious. So no Thiago or Elliot. Hopefully, Thiago isn't far. So kind of what we expected. The only thing I expected maybe was Firmino not being in contention, and I'll be surprised. I am surprised that Naby Keita is not in contention, considering he kicked the grass or kicked the ground, however you want to put it. Can't lie to you. Even though Klopp says it's not serious.
I don't even want to be shady towards him anymore. He got it in the members video still. We won't shade Naby anymore for letting that.
You don't just want to shade him all the time, man.
No, I'm just saying 2 out of the 4 elements have taken him out. We just got to keep him out the bath and away from the log, the campfire, bro.
The disrespect to Naby Keita.
But anyway, Shaka says, to be honest, I have a new favourite every game. I kind of get that as well still. I kind of get that. Like, when Mo backs off his top and I see the joy in his face, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, it does change. It does. When Firmino's doing the little jigs and all, like, 100%. It does. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I said, who's not to love? We got the best squad. We got the best, like, group of players, personality-wise and all that. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Yeah. Acebeck says, crazy, but I miss Harvey. I can't lie, so do I a little bit still. Can't believe 100%. His breakthrough season has been taken away from him. I honestly believe he might have been in the World Cup squad. He would have made the World Cup squad. I believe that. Because one thing Southgate does do is give the youngers a chance if they are playing well. And I reckon he probably would have been in the World Cup squad if his form had continued the way it was so far. What would have stopped it other than injury? Because the kid's full of confidence, he's got the ability, and he would have only improved. as he played week in, week out. And do you know what his trajectory reminded me a lot of? And maybe people are going to say I'm getting a bit carried away here. It reminded me of what Trent did when he first came in. He looked small, frail, and like he might not be able to cut it, but he proved he could. And week after week, you started to think, hey, this kid's actually good enough. Do you know what I'm saying? And then eventually Trent got so good, look who he is now. I think Elliot would have been on that same trajectory. I genuinely do. But I think he's got the talent that he would have actually gone in exact same, maybe not stapled himself the way Trent did, because the right back position is easier to do that in. But I think it would have got to the point where we would have been like, we don't even need a midfielder for real. Elliot is actually that guy. I believe he was on that trajectory. I really do. He's already got assists and playing parts, and you know what I mean? That I'm devastated. That why do you not think I was so down when it happened? Like I was Elliot, like genuinely.
Elliot has really surprised me. I knew he was gonna be good. I just didn't know he'll be this good this quickly. Especially just coming back off a loan and then just seamlessly just starting games and acting like he's been here for the last 3 years. I think that's what impressed me the most about Harvey Elliott, because it's not about the skill set, bro. It's, for me, it was the mentality of being able to cope at the high demands now that you're not a Blackburn on loan anymore, bro. You're at Liverpool. The way you've been built up is, and it's not even his fault, but he's been built up to be the replacement for every single person that's left.
Yeah,
Why
I'm surprised he ain't been touted at being right back.
Dinnerlady's replacement. Who did we lose in the summer? We lost we might even lose, what's his name in
Wilson, Shaqiri.
Yeah, who's the? We might even lose Michael Edwards. He's probably his replacement as well, bro. Remember, he's everyone's replacement right now. So he's the guy, man.
Shaka says after Naby kicked grass, Matt. You're the one who does the good impression, bro.
Can't do it to Naby, man. Can't, man.
You know,
man wants me to man say, "You're my son." You're my son.
Man, they're doing it to you. They're doing it to you. Big up Scoop as always. One more super chat quickly before we get into it. Jeannie says, a little off topic, but fellas, in your analysis, what went wrong in that Real Madrid Champions League game last season? I think we looked leggy. I think we gave them too much respect. I think
way too much time in the ball midfield.
Way too much time on the ball.
Toni Kroos was just Actually, do you know what else Klopp got wrong? Have to bring up again. I was
gonna say, but I didn't want to do a double shade.
No, we have to. Because we have to call. That's a fact. We have to call it what it is. He was not the right person to start that game, because he didn't start many games. He came out of nowhere. It's like, what? Why are you starting Naby? Like, this is what Thiago was built for. So you bench him and play Naby Keita. That to me didn't make no sense. As you say, gave him too much respect. And on top of that, let's be real, Drift. We was playing our D team back line, or at least back four. Phillips and Kabak.
That was very early in Kabak's introduction into the team as well. Like he played better than Phillips in that game, but
I remember he played better. I can't even remember, but we were just moving.
Yeah, because Phillips was at fault for the Vinicius goal. He let the ball. He was ball watching. But Kroos shouldn't have been allowed time in midfield to even play that pass. He was completely unopposed and given the whole freedom of the midfield to play that pass. So yeah, I think it was our intensity, our work rate, and we gave them too much respect. And Thiago should have definitely played in that game. And even when we made it 2-1, we could have even got back in the game. But then I don't know what, There was a lot of bad decisions in that one.
For real. Let's say about that game better, because that was a bad night. What are we seeing now? Oh, no.
We might have to start calling Naby Captain Planet. He's collected the earth and the wind so far. You know what I'm saying? Keep him away from the campfires and the bathtub, bro, because there's only 2 more elements left, bro.
You know, you see, not you, Drift, but you see, you lot in the chat, yeah. You lot are so bad, man. Naby Keita scored an amazing goal last weekend, and you man are just killing him now.
But anyway, off the Naby shade, back onto the game, bro. Let's get into it. What's your starting lineup for this game, bro?
Right, starting lineup. Ali in goal, obviously. Trent. I wanted to go Tsimikas, but I think Robbo's going to come in anyway. And I think maybe because Tsimikas has played back-to-back games, I think Robbo should come in. And this is a game I think Robbo should be cool with as well. It's Brentford. Like, I'm going to go Robbo. And then centre-back, Van Dijk and Matip come back in for me. I think Konate's had back-to-back games. Did Joe Gomez play back-to-back games as well? Did they play back-to-back games?
Yeah, Joe did.
No.
Joe.
Oh, because Joe in one of them,
Joe started the AC Milan game, and the cup game. So he had like same as Origi, where he started one, missed one.
Yeah. But no, I think Joe doesn't start the game, or I wouldn't start him personally. I'll go back to Van Dijk and Matip for me. So yeah, usual back four. Basically, in my opinion, still our best back four. I'll repeat that again. Still our best back four. Robbo, Trent, Van Dijk, Matip, and then midfield. I would go Fabinho. Oh shoot! I just remember something. We're kind of short now, ain't it? All right. So I would go Fabinho, Henderson, and Curtis Jones.
Kurt Jones.
I'll go Curtis Jones. I like what I saw from the other night. Fabinho comes back in because he's just the controller. He's the guy. He's the enforcer. Henderson being captured in that. And I think Henderson as well needs more games just to get right back up to his best. So I'll go Henderson, Fabinho, and Curtis Jones in midfield. And then the front three, the usual suspects, they are Salah, Mane, and Jota for me, bro.
I hear that. Last bit of shade for Naby here. Aaron says Naby is the final destination of football injuries. But I said he just can't avoid it. It's inevitable. He's kind of got a point, to be fair. I agree with you on everything you said, if I'm being honest. I think Robbo will come back in, even though I'd keep Tsimikas in form. But then I'll probably play Tsimikas against Porto if I'm going to do that. Although what that would mean is 2 games in, Robbo won't play the Champions League game, though. That would be a bit harsh, wouldn't it?
I think Robbo's going to kind of come back. Do you know what? It's a good.
Would it not make more sense then for Tsimikas to play against Brentford and then bring Robbo in for the Porto game?
But that would have mean Tsimikas would have played 3 games in a row, though.
That's fine, bruv. He's out the basement now.
Dare I say it? And that's early. His fitness, you can still see his fitness levels aren't where it needs to be, funny enough, even though he's playing well.
Yeah, I get that. He starts to look tired in the last 20 minutes.
He looks tired after 20.
No, but that's because he's doing so much.
No, but he gathered. What is Tsimikas?
He's an energy bunny, bruv.
No, he is. But I know Tsimikas is one of them players where like he can get tired after 20. And then when he's not like involved in the play heavily, he kind of revitalizes himself. But I feel like when it gets to the business end of the season, he'll get better than that because again, as you said,
his fitness will build up, bro. This is because he played a whole year without football, and he had COVID as well. Remember?
Yeah, of course.
You don't know the effect that has on the lungs and all that. He's getting himself back into speed. I'd go with the same midfield as you. I feel like Jones 100% deserves to start. I thought he was impeccable during the game, and we're quite light. Ox never done enough to get in. Naby out.
Saying. Yeah. And Milner. Hold on.
Milner needs a break after playing a full 90 against Zaha. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like, we got to be very sparing with a 36.
Remember, Milner was a doubt. In fact, Milner, if I'm not mistaken, might have been supposed to start midweek, but he picked up a cold or something like that. That's why Cal said he's even back in training as well.
And Milner had number 1 for all the statistics of like ball retention, kilometers ran, high speed. Like I swear, like he was at the top in that Crystal Palace game. He was at like the top of all the thing. He played his heart out in that game. So you got to give him a little bit of. Obviously Millie would be on my bench, but I wouldn't play him. So yeah, I agree with you. I'd go with that midfield: Henderson, Fabinho, and Jones. Obviously, Thiago's still out. Naby's out now. Elliott is out. Like the midfield, Ox ain't playing well. The midfield's starting to look a little light, bro. But here's what's interesting. Klopp actually said that the reason why he put Minamino in midfield and put Ox into the forward line during the game is because Minamino is one of our most intelligent players, and people don't understand that he gets the game more than others. Was that a sign to you that he might make Minamino a midfielder?
It's hard to say. I don't know whether Minamino is best as a 10 or as a left winger.
We don't know what Millie's position. We don't know what Minamino's position is. We're being honest. No one has any clue what Minamino's actual position is.
I don't even want this to sound like harsh to Ox, but I do generally feel that Minamino has better, game intelligence / footballing IQ than Ox, and that's why I kind of feel like Taki, if Taki continues, he'll overtake Ox in the pecking order, and potentially Naby as well.
I think he probably has, but just not in the favoritism way. But in
Yeah,
terms
so-
of what he gives on the pitch so far this season, including pre-season, which Klopp mentioned as well, Klopp did mention that he hasn't not noticed Minamino was good in pre-season. I think he's probably ahead of Ox in his thinking for the season at the moment now already, bro, to be honest.
Yeah, because I think Taki, because he's kind of slight, and let's just say like I don't
He's
know.
shown a bit of strength in that Norwich game, though. I feel like he's been in the gym. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he probably has, but I'll still say he's kind of slight. Let me say that he's weak. I'll just say he's a little bit slight, but that's why I kind of feel like Klopp wouldn't play him in a midfield 3, in my opinion. I think he'll play him in a 10, so he's literally so advanced just behind the striker or off one of the flanks, where, especially probably from the left, where he kind of drifts in.
Like an advanced 8, I think.
Yeah, or it's a. Do you know what I'd say? I'll call it the old school Coutinho position, where he wasn't really a winger and he wasn't really a 10. It's like he was in between. It's so hard for me to explain, but he picks up that pocket of space that you guys know I'm talking about. That inside left channel, but it's not full left and it's not all in the middle. You guys know I'm talking about. Let's say Coutinho position.
Yeah. Salmon Souk, have I said that right? Salmon Suke. I hope I've said that right, mate. Drift, Martial has been trash. Origi over Martial. You're damn right. I don't think anybody can argue that. I go Origi over Lacazette.
Origi over what in general, career-wise, or just like?
No, like as a player. As in like what they've done in their career. If you really deep it, bro, if you really deep it, Martial's Man United career ain't really saying much, bro. No, not when he's been starting lineup and playing for God knows how long now, and the Man United fans can't even be asking him anymore.
I think we have to be real. Origi's had better moments in his career, but Martial's probably still had a better career at Man United, because even though Martial, again, he's had that, his first season was very good. And he's kind of always been on that kind of up and down wave. He hasn't really been consistent, but he plays more than Origi, so you kind of got to give him something.
And that's the reason why I'm saying that Origi can go over him. Bro, let me, check that. Khalil's saying he's a Chelsea fan who rates Origi, and he thinks Origi would do well in the Italian league. I think Origi would do well in the Italian league as well.
For a team that plays to his strengths and just makes him up.
People laughed at me, when I said that Inter Milan should take a swap deal with Martinez, and we give them money. Remember when I was saying to you, look, we should be like 50 mil in Origi for Martinez, and people was laughing and joking. I weren't joking. Origi would do well for Inter Milan in the Italian league. I'm telling you, playing week in, week out under a proper manager, he would do well in the Italian league. I'm telling you.
He would.
And again, I don't want to get onto that. I don't want it to become like an Origi thing, but I'm just glad there's a few people getting their eyes reopened a little bit to Origi is actually good. Like everybody was like, he's the worst player I've ever seen and all that crap. Form, confidence, things happen. Like, don't get it twisted. There's a player in there. Do you know what I'm saying? Sam saying in general, Matt, Martial is in Origi's shadow. So he's just saying look, do you know what? Yeah, I know this is extra of me. I had a little bit of time on my hands. I'm not going to tell you where I was while I had time on my hands, but I had some time on my hands, right? And I did a little minute working out calculation on the minutes Origi's played, right? Last thing I'm going to say on Origi, then I'm going to leave it. So based on 90 minutes of the calculation to one game, it worked out that Origi's played 71 games in his whole Liverpool career on minutes, which shows you he barely gets any time as it is. He's been here 5 years. 5 years, and he's only accumulated 71 games. Wow. But, bro, he's got 52 goal contributions in 71 games. Now, you see that statistic there? That statistic's a type of statistic that gets you a £40 million move to a Premier League club when you play for someone else. I had man gassing up Daka and these man playing in Austrian leagues. And Origi's goal-to-game ratio, minute-wise, is 52 goal involvements, whether an assist or a goal, in 71 games. That's pretty impressive if you ask me, bro. But anyway, we move. Back onto the game.
Divock Origi show, you know.
Back onto the game. Listen, I gotta get it in where I can because I don't know when I'm gonna see him again. Back to the game though, bro. Back to the game, yeah. What would you say the outcome of this game's gonna be, bro? If I told you to make a prediction, what would you say?
Brentford will cause us a bit of issue, but I like the way how normally, if a team tries to think that they can come at us, we kind of just shut it down. I think the way how they'll try and pinpoint a defender, whether it's Matip, excuse me, or Van Dijk here with Tony, and I used the other striker to run off him. I can't remember his name. Apologies, but I think Liverpool still win this one. I think we're still too strong for them. They will cause us problems during this on some point in the game, and they might take a chance or two. But I still think we win this one. I'm gonna say Liverpool, Mane and Salah are going to be on it. Same
it's away, by the way. I don't know if you remember me saying it's away. If you were there when I said it's away.
Even better.
We got three away games in a row, am I correct?
I don't know about that. I don't like the sound of that, though. I'm going to say Liverpool still win it, bro.
No, maybe it was 3 games in a row, including the Norwich game. Because I remember hearing we was 3 games away. Yeah, because Norwich is away, Brentford away, Porto's away. Yeah, maybe that was the 3 games in a row.
Okay.
But who we got next weekend? I can't remember who we got next weekend. Is it Brighton or someone, isn't it?
I'll have to double check on the.
No, Man City at home. Oh yeah, shit.
It's City, innit? It's the thing. No, them man.
Boy.
Listen, them man don't
No,
scare me.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Don't scare me, bro. No, I'm being honest. I'm not saying that.
Oh, and then Atletico away. Yeah. So it was like 4 away games out of 5. Yeah, I remember it was quite a lot of away games anyway.
Bro, they don't scare me how they used to scare me. Like,
yeah, but that's what scares. No, but that's what scares me. That I feel like they're not as scary because that's when you get your ass whooped. When you feel like they're not on it, and then they show they're on it.
Bro,
this game, the Chelsea game is going to be a very good barometer for where Man City are at the moment this season.
100%.
Because the real Man City beat Chelsea, but they're scared of Chelsea, Man City that overthink things and do all of that shit. No, but because remember, Pep overthinks the game every time when he's playing against Tuchel, and he's actually beating himself. He could win these games, but he beats himself by overthinking it.
Bruv, if you're supposed to be the GOAT or one of the best, you shouldn't be overthinking against someone who's still trying to make a name for themselves, bro. I'm just putting it out there.
All right. So you're
right, though. It's a barometer. It's a barometer to see how good they are, though. 100%. If City whack up Chelsea, I will obviously on Saturday when we do the watch along, I will be sitting there going, yeah, do you know what? I might have to change my mind on them still. But I'll be honest, Drift. Chelsea are compact. They've got a striker. City can play ball all day and not score simply because they haven't got a reliable goal scorer. They've got amazing players. They ain't got a reliable goal scorer. They really don't. And that's what this is the one time where I look at City and go, you've definitely got a weakness. Whereas before I'd be like, but they ain't got no weakness. You just got to hope we catch them on an off day.
I think the key to them doing well this season will be to pinpoint Torres as the false 9 and just make him play every week to get used to it. Because I think his finishing is probably the best out of the front players. He's got very, very good finishing.
Yeah, he's a good player. If he adapts to that number 9 role, it could be
a little bit like what Firmino did for us, where it wasn't quite his position, but he honed in on it and he played it every week and he got better at it.
Yeah, because he's got potential to get 15 in the league, you know.
Yeah, easy. He's a very talented player, Fernand Torres. Shaka says, I saw the hologram play for Sheffield. For anyone who doesn't know what a hologram is, it's Ben Davies. He is so dead.
Right,
we got to play him now, haven't we?
Yeah, we got in one cup. Is it?
Oh no, sorry, it's his old team we're playing against. Sorry, we're playing.
So we're playing against Preston, and they were like,
that was the team he came from.
Yeah, he's not on either team, innit? Mad team.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Jeff, for the game? What's your thoughts?
I think this is going to be. I think this is one of the games I'm going to not make a prediction on. You know.
Bob, don't start this. Bob, we're rolling right now. How are you going to do that now when we're rolling? You've predicted so far, and we ain't lost the game yet.
1-0.
Lost the game.
1-0. I think we'll win the game 1-0. But I'm definitely a bit worried about this game. I can't lie. I'm a bit worried about this game. But 1-0, I think it might be one of those very tricky, we get a goal, hold out, kind of games. Like
Fair enough.
we're not gonna go there and roll them over. We're not. And it's definitely a big test for the playing against Tony for the defense. He's on form at the moment.
Listen, Tony ain't played against Van Dijk, bro. Trust me.
No, I hear that. I hear that.
Oh, Matip.
But yeah. So there you have it, people. That's the lineup. We think that's the thing. Obviously, now it's just up to you guys. Let us know what you lot think. I mean, a lot of people have been giving up the scores, and I've seen like some 2-0s, some 1-0, some 2-1s. You know what I mean? I'm kind of getting the flavor that we're kind of all on the same wavelength. The majority of us as Liverpool fans, like I think we're kind of all feeling the same. Let's hope that Naby is okay. All jokes aside, let's hope that Thiago's calf injury isn't that bad, and he'll also not be too long. If anyone's saying a prediction for some of the other games, you got to tune in tonight, guys, for the Twitch show. That's where we chop up all the other teams and all that stuff. So make sure you join us on Twitch later on tonight at 9 o'clock, guys. Little teaser for that ass. And
that's our predictions for the game on Saturday. Just got a 1-0. I've got a 3-1. Sorry, I've done it the wrong way around, but you know.
yeah. Change that.
Let me change that real quick.
Don't put that in the atmosphere, no, brother.
Delete.
What happened to this, brother? Big up yourself, Kofi, for your super chat. If you meant to say something, then just quickly type it in, bro. If not, really appreciate that contribution. And big up everyone who's put in a super chat today as well. There was quite a few regular super chatters in today's stream, so big up yourselves, guys. Always appreciated, as always. Yeah, I'm not going to stop the stream until you actually put the real score back on the thing, bro. I'm not putting that in the atmosphere, bro.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I had an absolute mare what I just did there.
Imagine, no, bro, here's the joke. After you put it up, yeah, this is it. This is what you did afterwards. You went, yeah, so that's what me and
all calm, innit?
Yeah, bro, with like bare like conviction, like yeah.
All
so
calm.
that's
You
basically
put that clear as day. There were no names there, so I don't count people. It don't count. There were no names there.
No, there was, bro. You did put the name there.
I didn't put Brentford and versus Liverpool. I just put the scores in it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Could have been anything in it. You know what I mean? It could have been anything. It don't really matter.
Yeah, but yeah, no, guys, as always, love. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new. People, smash that like button, spread the word, hit the notification so you always know when we go live. We'll be back live next on YouTube tomorrow for our Friday show. Twitch. Y'all already know about the Friday calling show. We love that show. But on Twitch tonight, 9 p.m. people, 9 p.m. I repeat, tonight on Twitch, 9 p.m.
The beat is mad, you know.
Every time the beat drops now, all I can hear is, oh.
Bro, mazza. Absolute mazza, bro. But
yeah, people, love as always, and we'll see you on the other side, people. Peace!